All right, so it's time for a quick exercise that just tests your ability to work with the git stash command, and just in the most basic way. So we talked about quite a few different variants of git stash. This exercise is really just the basics. Can you put something in it and take something out? Okay, so the premise here is that you're keeping a diary, and you working in an office, and your boss walks by, and you need to quickly stash some changes before your boss sees them. So as always, you can find the link to this document as a resource with this video. I recommend that you stop the video and try this on your own. Basically, you'll make a new repo, make a file called diary, and then inside of it, write a sentence that says, "I love my boss." Save, add, and commit, and that will be on the master branch. But then you make a new branch called the truth, and you work on that branch. You switch to it, and you erase the contents of the file, and you replace it with all of this. And you save the file, and just before you're able to add and commit, your boss walks towards you. You see them walking towards you, so you quickly switch over to the master branch. So that tells you switch to master without adding and committing. So we switch over, and oh no, the diary file still contains our truthful confession. Quickly stash the changes before your boss sees. So now the diary file should go back to just saying, "I love my boss." And the boss walks by, we add some more lies, just more lines that say, "I love my boss." Then we add and commit those changes on the master branch. Then our boss leaves, so we go back to the truth branch. We retrieve the changes from the stash, all of this, and then we add and commit on the truth branch, and we're done. Okay, very simple. So let's try it. I recommend you do it on your own as always, but here we go. I'll do it. So we'll make a new repo in some folder, ls. Let's make a folder called stash diary. We'll cd into that. Make sure we're not in a repo. I'll get init, and then I'm going to make the diary.txt file, and then I'll open that. Okay, so here's the file, and I'm just going to put "I love my boss," I think is what it was. Yeah, you don't have to get it exactly right. And then we're going to add and commit. So add that diary file, and then just a simple commit, add diary file. Okay, so then we create a new branch called the truth. We're going to switch over to that. So git switch -c the -truth. So I'm now on that branch, right? And I'm going to write the truth in this file. "I hate my boss." And then I'll duplicate that 4 times or so. It doesn't matter, as long as we have some number of some lines in there, some changes. And it's pretty obvious to see I have changed that. So "I hate my boss, I hate my boss, I hate my boss." Okay. Oh, and just as a quick quiz, what is the command I could run to see what I've changed since we made this branch, right? Since the last commit? Well, there's a couple, but I could just do git diff head. And there we are. We see that I removed this line and I added these lines in. Okay, so the next step. I'm about to add and commit, but oh no, my boss is walking towards us. Shoot, I gotta switch over to the master branch. Git switch back to master. Oh no, my changes came with me. This is a nightmare. My boss is about to see. Quickly stash the changes. So I can do git stash or git stash save. They're the same thing. It's just a shortcut. Now my boss walks by, and as they're walking by, I just continue to write some more lies. "I love my boss. I love my boss." I save. I'm even going to add and commit these changes. Git add diary, git commit -m, add more lies. All right, so I'm now ready to switch back over because my boss has left the room. I can go back to the truth branch, git switch the -truth, and we don't see my work, right? We don't see the "I hate my boss" ×5, of course, because it's in the stash. So how do I apply those changes? Well, I could do git stash apply, but I'm just going to pop off the stash. As I talked about in the section, or the videos prior to this, I usually just use git stash and git stash pop. So git stash pop will then retrieve the changes, right, that I stashed away. And now I can keep working, or I can add and commit. I'll just add and commit, git commit -m, add the truth. And we're done. All right, so I can switch back to master, switch to the truth. It's not part of the exercise, but we just stashed something in the stash. Nothing crazy. I hope you're able to get through that, and I hope you don't actually hate your boss. Okay, bye.